Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by Sportsman's Warehouse and the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, talking outdoors, fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio programming. And who better to talk that with than not only my co-host, but my good friend Ron Wong, who is so knowledgeable in so many different areas. And as we call this is bonus Wong, because he's here for the second time in a month, that he does it on the second and fourth Saturday. And if you're looking for Bill Cooksey, he is off this weekend, but he will be back with us on that first Saturday in December. And we're rolling around, Ron. We've been talking fishing. We've got a lot of talking about fishing, which is your favorite subject.
Right now, the crappie are biting really well at Reelfoot Lake. And, that's a family deal because, you can go crappie fishing, bring your family up there,
and then
there is one wonderful, wonderful park that they can visit while you're fishing.
Well, I think when you look at that and you see the dreams of the Kirkland family, the late Jenny Kirkland and her husband Robert had this dream of putting this wonderful park in Union City. And, of course, when we look back on 2019 and the passing of Miss Jenny, the legacy that they have left, we're really happy to have them with us on Outdoors with Larry Ray on today's show. Scott Williams, CEO and president of Discovery Park in America, and a lot of our folks here know Scott from his past endeavors, whether it was with Baptist Memorial Healthcare or Elvis Presley Enterprise, the service master. But about a year ago, Scott took that step to come to Discovery Park of America to become the CEO and president. So first of all, good morning, Scott.
Good morning. How are you today?
And we're doing great. And second of all, talk about this year and why was this a place that you wanted to go to work?
Yeah, I had about 6 years ago, or actually 7 years ago now, I had moved up to Washington, D.C., and I was working for the museum there on Pennsylvania Avenue.
Yes.
It's a big, big museum between the White House and the Capitol, focused on the First Amendment and free expression and issues that are top of mind for everyone these days. So I was also still passionate, being from Memphis and being from West Tennessee. I've always been passionate about West Tennessee history and of course, being in the museum and in the attractions business, I was well aware of what was going on down here with Discovery Park, and I kept my eye on what they were doing. And at some point along the way, I offered my assistance, really more than anything, just meaning, because I love Tennessee and, I wanted to contribute in some way, having no idea that I would end up getting a chance to actually move here and work. So things worked out, and it was not a difficult decision to make to get to work. And if anyone hasn't been here, you would only have to come here once to
That's right.
understand why I was excited.
And come from Washington, D.C. to Union City. I mean,
that's right.
I
the
know
only thing I miss,
I'd
only thing I miss is Thai food. That's it.
Oh,
hey, you're exactly right. I will tell you, I would trade Union City anytime for D.C.
Well, Scott, I know looking back this first year, you gave out a really wonderful report through, and I got it through Katie Jarvis, your marketing person there, as you look back on your first year there and all the things that have happened and all the things that are going to happen. So kind of reflect on what's it like to be the CEO and president of a Discovery Park of America. And maybe some of our people don't even know what Discovery Park of America is. Kind of update our listeners.
Yeah, absolutely. So, that's one of the things that's so exciting about this place, but it also makes it so difficult to describe, is that there is so much going on. Yeah. There is so much here that, Robert and Jenny Kirkland, who you acknowledged, wanted to figure out a way they could give back to this region. They loved Union City and they loved West Tennessee. And so they built this $100 million museum and heritage park.
$100 million.
$100 million.
In Union City.
Unlike anything that anyone has seen. I mean, everybody who visits here comes around the corner and sees this gigantic white glistening building rising up out of what used to be a cornfield.
Yes.
And I still get chills almost every single time I see it. So it's and what Jenny and Robert Kirkland wanted to do was provide a way to inspire children and adults in this area to see beyond whatever they were currently doing.
Yeah.
So they got to travel all over the world. Well, they wanted to bring the world back to West Tennessee. So we cover everything from transportation to the military. We have a gigantic Titan missile. We have the tallest tower in Tennessee. We have a giant. It's the only aquarium in this region that's filled with fish from Reelfoot Lake. We have earthquake simulator, gigantic dinosaurs. Everything you can think of is here on this 50 acres.
Yeah.
And, right now, Scott, with the holidays and everything, you guys got a special deal, too, not only on pricing, but the Polar Express.
Well, yeah, Polar Express.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we've actually got, we really kick off Christmas in a big way. We have Polar Express on our train, but then we also have from starting tomorrow night, actually it started this past Friday night.
Yeah.
So it's ready to be seen now, is a Christmas light show that folks can start and drive through our property.
Wow.
And the lights are set to Christmas music, and you turn it your car radio to the Christmas music, and I mean it is more than 1 million lights. Unbelievable to see in person.
Wow. And now you guys also have a special right now on tickets. You can save 15% on tickets, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. We if you buy your tickets online now, you can get 15% off. And then for anybody who's a teacher or has a school, one thing that is a really nice thing that everybody needs to know about is in January, we have a local philanthropist who has bought tickets for all children in the whole month of January.
Wow.
Come on.
Wow.
So all kids will be free the whole month of January. School groups, kids and families, every kid will be free. So that is going to be a really fun deal.
I know that, and you look back, and I like this. We can talk about all the. This is not a Disneyland. This is not a amusement park. This is a learning experience where you can spend time at, but at the same time, that facility has been used. And I remember reading about this for Lieutenant Richard Tito Lanham. That thing stands out as probably one of the most inspiring events that you had this year, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It was, of course, for anybody who didn't know, Tito Lanham was in the Vietnam War, and he was listed as missing in action. And as many soldiers today, they find their remains and are able to identify them. Well, his were identified and brought back here, and so his memorial service was held here at Discovery Park of America because he was from here in Union City. And so it was packed. The place was packed. People turned out to pay their respects. And it was really a very moving experience for the whole community.
Well, I mean, to bring his remains back from Vietnam after all those years and to have the experience of doing that. And I know 2020, talk about that because you guys have got so many things ahead for 2020. I'm really looking forward to that astronaut exhibit. I've always wanted to go to space. A lot of people said I am spacey.
I wasn't going to say that.
Yes, you were. But the astronaut exhibit gives you an opportunity to, as he said, like Space Explorer. So you've got that, and that's coming up January 17th through the May the 3rd.
Yep, and then to go along with it, we have a mini version of a big screen theater that wraps around, so it's sort of an immersive experience, and we have a film that goes along with it called Journey to Space that shows you what it's like to fly.
Wow.
So you can have a whole space themed experience when you come visit.
The Starship Theater. I mean, that's got to be one of the great names right there for anything like that. But you've got so many things. So the experience itself, a lot of folks. It's right there. If we ever get Interstate 69, everybody will know.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
It's all 69 there. So in 1 year on the job, what's been the things that have stood out for you, Scott, to be able to come back home in this area in West Tennessee and be a part of Discovery Park of America?
I think the thing that stands out to me most about Discovery Park and getting to work here is that it truly is a community endeavor.
It is.
When Robert Kirkland first said he wanted to build Discovery Park, he had a meeting at the library for anybody who was interested.
In the library.
He had 250 people from the community show up and say, we want to be part of this. And so today it continues. We have people who are volunteers. People throughout the community here really get involved and love this. So I think that's probably been the most rewarding part is being being a part of something like that.
What about attendance? How much do has it?
Since we've opened, 1.7 million people have come through the door.
Wow,
that's 6 years ago. So,
that's cool.
We get a lot of individuals from Memphis, Nashville, St. Louis, from all around. We are 2 hours from Memphis. The nicest thing we got going on right now is we just opened up 2 brand new hotels right next door, and a third opens up next year in the first quarter. So we got hotels right next door, and we got Reelfoot Lake about 15 minutes away. So it's a perfect place for folks to come and hang out for a few days.
And you have a 3-year strategic plan. You guys are looking ahead. You got your goals and things along that line. What's we got a couple of minutes here. Look into the crystal ball, Scott. What's down the road at Discovery Park of America?
I think the most exciting thing when you plan out things 3 years in advance, and you have a lot of time to communicate the details and to get folks excited about it and to get people aware of things. And so I really think that's going to help us a great deal. But more than anything, when Bob and Jenny Kirkland put Discovery Park here in Northwest Tennessee, in an area that was in many ways economically depressed after several industries had departed.
Yes.
They really jump-started the economy here and put us in a direction of tourism and travel. And so I think when you combine that with Reelfoot Lake and with some of the vineyards around here, I do think this area, 3 years from now, will have really taken giant steps towards becoming, a real destination.
Yeah. Well, folks, if you haven't been there, shame on you. Just go right on up to Union City. You can't miss it. It's a wonderful facility. Scott, we thank you for taking time from your busy schedule to be on Outdoors with Larry Ray. We'll definitely stay in touch. And as Ron Wong said, we got to get up there to see you and do some videos or whatever it might be to our folks on lroutdoors.com also. Scott, thank you, man. Have a great weekend, okay?
Thank you. You do the same.
Thank you. All right, let's take a break. These guys have been waiting and waiting and waiting.
Patiently waiting.
I know if they're patient.
Yeah, that's right. They've been very patient.
Yeah, so it's showtime, and I know one of them just can't wait to talk. So we'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.